I have this piece of remnant. Well, I have two because they were really cheap. I couldn't leave them behind. It's so pretty, isn't it? And they measure roughly 45 by a meter long, but the meter is the grain because I have the salvage edge here. So I'm going to make a straps t-shirt, really summery, really fresh, and it's going to have double the straps, so it has something different. Stay with me, the pattern is going to be quite interesting. We're going to make facings as well, and stay until the end because I'll tell you how much the fabric was, how long it took me to make it, and difficulties and things I've done differently. I'm going to knit half my bust contour from my bust to my hip and in the middle to recreate the cleavage, and of course the straps measurements you like. Measurements. I'm going to take my measurements, but I'm going to tell you how to take them so you can recreate this at home. So I'm going to knit my bust contour, which is in my case 85. So I'm going to take note half of it. Then I'm going to measure from the top of my chest down to my hip bone, which is in my case 34 centimeters. And then I'm going to get rid of 4 centimeters, which is from the top of my chest to the highest point, and that's going to be the cleavage, so it has a bit of shape. So that I'm going to discount here in the middle, and then the back panel as well. And then for the straps, I'm going to measure from this one I took from the top of my bust down to the back. This depends on how you like them, if you want them to reach your bra or not, it depends. So in my case it'll be another 34 centimeters. And to know how to center this lower cleavage, we're going to measure from the highest point of your bust. In my case, it's 20 centimeters from one to the other, the distance, so we can fold the pattern and know where the middle is. This is my front piece without the cleavage area drawn, so I'm going to fold it in half long ways to draw it nice. Because I had said that the distance between breasts was 20 centimeters, I'm going to start drawing from the middle in 10 centimeters. In the center I'm going to go down 4 centimeters and the same on the sides. And now I can draw this shape. And for the back, we don't need to trace a different pattern. It's going to be the same, but with without these little peaks. We're going to make facings. We can use the same pattern for the facings just by making another mark 5 centimeters below the back one. So let me know in the comments if you do this, if you usually do a few patterns in the same paper. So this is my pattern, so I'm going to be cutting, this is the whole panel, is the front, then I have a mark where the back panel starts and another one for the facings, and the same, I can use the facings for the front with everything and then for the back only from the drawing I have set back to the one that says facing, that strip of material. And I have a little bit of elastic band here in case the back is too loose. With my pattern cut, I'm going to start with the straps, folding twice longwise so I can have them ready. The bodice is sewn right sides together, the same as the facings, which are then sewn to the bodice right sides together with the straps inside. I have the front panel with its facing, the back panel with its facing, and I have the straps that I cut only 2 centimeters wide, so I can fold them twice and leave them at half a centimeter, which is what I'm going to do first. I have my machine threaded in a fuchsia polyester and a needle for thin fabric. I'm going to start by sewing front and back together by the side seams. And because I used my pinking shears, I don't think I have any problems, so I'm not going to zigzag stitch or anything. And the same with the facings, which are sewn right sides together by the little side seams they have. And I was doubting if I should do front with its facing and back with its facing before sewing them together, because I have the straps. So I was doubting, would you do it like that? Inside the facings I have to put the straps, so being really careful of the side, not like you wear them, but underneath, so you can hide the seam. And the back ones I'm going to sew at the same distance, at the same level of the front ones, and being careful I have the same measurement to the side seams. And these are the facings. They look really nice because they avoid you having to make any hems on the neckline, so they look lovely. And one thing I did is that I didn't interface them because it's a very flowy material, but you should apparently. And one thing I'm going to do is understitch them so they stay in place and they don't come out. And it is to make a top stitching, but with the seam and the facing together on the inside. And the last step is hemming, and I'm going to do just a double hem 5 millimeters wide, so it hides everything and it looks nice. I'm really happy with the result. I didn't have to add any elastic band, and it's true that when you put it on you have to wiggle a little bit, but if you add centimeters then it will be loose on the chest area, so I think it's fine. But because it's tight, Marie Antoinette can't wear it because she hasn't got the wiggle. So that's the only thing. I love the facings, I love how it looks, and it's a really pretty summery tank top. The only thing I will maybe change is the design. I think it's too, it comes way too in, and I think it's nicer a bit on the sides, the straps, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Taking into account that I traced my own pattern, it took me roughly 2 hours to make, and the pieces of remnant cost me €1 each, so I couldn't leave it behind. I don't know what I'll do with this one. Maybe it could be a lining for a handbag or a cushion, we'll see, because for a dress I haven't got enough. So let me know down in the comments what you thought, if you're going to make something similar, if you like this project, and don't forget to subscribe because I upload twice a week and that way you don't miss anything. And I leave you a link here to other things I've done tracing my own patterns, so you have a look and you take the leap and try to make something yourself. Bye!